Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button for Raider content all season long. Nick, today we'll be grading the Raiders 53-man roster by position.
Yep.
But before we do that, let's talk about some of the things that happened within the 53-man roster cuts.
Yeah.
So Alex Leatherwood is no longer a Raider. Not a shocker.
Yeah, that one was kind of not a shocker. I would have preferred to trade him, but, you heard Ian Rappaport. You got 31 no's from all the teams. And, this new regime isn't messing around. They couldn't find a spot they didn't have a spot for him. They didn't care what pick we took him or how much money he was owed, because it is a lot. We are taking a hit because of this. They just let him go, and that's from bad play and just not growing and developing as he should have. And I think there was a rumor out there that he was acting a bit childish in the locker room these last couple weeks. So, like you said, not surprising. Glad we got somebody like that out of the organization.
Yeah, Alex Leatherwood is gone. Our first round pick just last year is now departing the Las Vegas Raiders. And then kind of threw us off a little bit. Trayvon Mullen is no longer a Raider. He was traded. So Mullen's gone, and just gets injured too much.
Yeah, that one I thought they were going to give him a prove it year. Hey, let prove it that you can stay healthy for a season whenever you get back, because I think there was a rumor that he was headed for the PUP list, or might be out a couple weeks. And they like I said, they're not wasting time. I think what they see out of Hobbs, Averett, and Rock Ya-Sin makes them feel good about that cornerback room, and to where they were getting ready to release him. Cardinals came in, hey, we'll give you a conditional pick, and that's better than nothing. So if there was no room for him, or if they saw something out of the other guys, then I'm okay with that. And a little bit of surprise, but hey, we had to pick the best 53-man guys for this roster.
Yeah, and those are the couple things we want to talk about. Now we'll get into the heart of this episode, and we're not going to mess around. We're going to start with the QBs, the quarterbacks, Derek Carr and Stidham.
Yeah.
And we're going to give them an A-.
Yeah. I think, last year what Carr did with everything that happened, he's now considered a playoff quarterback. And I think he's only going to get better. We brought his best friend in, a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and I think he's just going to thrive with this and McDaniels, and he's going to have one hell of a season. And then you have Stidham, who knows McDaniels' system and played pretty well in the preseason. And I like where this quarterback room is and headed. And McDaniels is called the quarterback guru, and I like both of these quarterbacks with McDaniels.
Yeah, DC took the Raiders to the playoffs last year, and then he took them to the playoffs. Yeah, and then we got Stidham.
Yeah,
Stidham has gotten progressively better in every preseason game.
Yeah,
so I'm liking where the quarterbacks are heading, and Derek Carr, I think. People might disagree with me, but I think he's easily a top 10 quarterback. And if you really want to argue with me, probably maybe top 13. But I think he's a top 10 quarterback, and a top 10 quarterback does deserve an A and in the A's for grading wise. And then with Stidham, a guy who's gotten better and better in preseason and knows this offense like the back of his hand. I think it just makes for a good quarterback group, and that's why I give him an A-.
Yeah, and you hear that. I know there's only two of them, but that they're tight, and there was no really competition. Everybody was for each other and everything. Even when Mullen and Garbers were in, and it makes you feel good about this quarterback room.
Now we'll move on to the running backs, highlighted by Josh Jacobs, Zamir White, got Bolden, got a bunch of guys, Abdullah.
Yeah. So they kept Britton Brown.
Yeah. So a bunch of running backs, a good, very good, solid running back room, and I think where you came to agreement, that's going to be an A.
Yeah. The way Josh Jacobs finished out last year and looked good versus the Jags, I hope he gets into his old self again and just runs crazy with the ball. We saw what Zero White did. We still don't know what Bolden is, but I have a feeling that he's going to be really good. You got Abdullah, you got Britton Brown. This room is stacked, and we were talking about all preseason what were they going to do, how are they going to do it. They kept the 5, and this room looks stacked.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this running back room. Obviously highlighted by Josh Jacobs, who finished the year very strong last year, ran hard, and the limited time he was in the preseason games, he played really well.
Yeah.
I like what I saw from Zamir White, like what I saw from Zeus.
Yeah.
Along with Abdullah. Bolden, like you said, is going to be really good. Britton Brown had a very good preseason. I mean, all these running backs had a good preseason.
Yeah.
It sucked having to cut some.
Yeah.
But this is a very strong group that's very deep.
And they're all going to be used different. We heard
under the Josh McDaniels offense.
And I think Josh Jacobs is going to be used how he's normally used, but you have reports that they want Abdullah as that, James White kind of role, and Zeus the little power back, and shifty, and you got speed, you got power, you got everything with these 5 guys, and it's exciting. You can pull them out on any down, any situation, and make something happen.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So we give the quarterbacks an A-, running backs an A. We're going to move on over to the wide receiver position. I think this is going to be the strongest position on our roster. Strongest position. We got highlighted by Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
The best wide receiver in the world. Hunter Renfrow. And, we got some of the other guys, Tyron Johnson. And, it's going to be exciting. This wide receiver room is kind of we don't know what's going to happen besides Renfrow and Devontae, but those 2 guys alone give us an A+.
Yeah.
And the other guys are just going to surprise us.
And you know what, too, and I think with Jacobs being back there and Waller being out there, you can't cover anybody, and you do something where you have all those guys and you throw in a Mac Hollins in there.
Yes.
Or a Tyron Johnson. They're going to get a favorable matchup because everyone's eyes are going to be on the other 3 weapons. And it's going to be up to them to do their job. I think Mac Hollins is the 3.
Yeah, Mac Hollins, I heard he looked, starting to look really good. He didn't really play in that preseason game. But Mac Hollins is kind of someone that we haven't really seen a lot from him.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see his potential till this week 1 starts, and then we'll really get to know what he's like.
But I trust McDaniels, and there was a reason why we didn't see him as much. And, we heard a little bit of tweets with the joint practices and just camp and practices in general that he was looking good and that Devontae kind of took him under his wing, and, they were working out together and everything.
And he's a great special teamer.
Yeah. So, this room is stacked and could be better if those guys just do their job right. And I think that's a perfect grade for them. And I think we go into this season like, cool, we have wide receivers now. Let's go do this.
Yes. And now we'll move on to the offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is going to be the first grade out of the A's. We're going to give them a straight C. So, we're not really besides Colton Miller, Andre James, you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Simpson, but are we fully comfortable with our offensive line? I would say no right now. I wouldn't even say we have a right tackle right now, a for sure right tackle.
This is still very unknown, and we know we got Colton that's going to do his job, and we know we got Andre James who's been playing better and better and better ever since he put on the silver and black. Right now, just like you said, we don't know who the right tackle is. It could be Luminor, until Mumford comes back.
Yes.
Then there's a position battle right there. And we're just talking about this roster. I mean, we still have the waiver wire coming up, still trades that might be happening. This is the only part of the offense where you can really look at it and question it and be, man, what's going to happen there? Because that's where it all starts.
Trenches.
We're going to have to, run the ball. We're going to have to give Carr a little bit of time, and this could be a little shaky. This is unknown. You just hope that they gel together and be good.
Yeah, and this 53-man roster that just came out is not going to be the 53 that will be suiting up and getting ready to go against the Chargers.
Yeah.
So there will be moves made. So there could be different guys shifting in and out of this offensive line. But as of now, they're a C.
Yeah.
And it's because we don't feel totally comfortable with them. But I don't think Carr needs – I think we can still win with the C offensive line.
Yeah.
We can still win. We can still be a very successful team. But you just hope they get better by week because we are a young offensive line.
And I think the good thing about it is that we have a very good left tackle that to cover Carr's blind side, And I think that if it was the other way around, we had a good right tackle, but a bad left tackle with Carr being a righty, I think we would start to panic even a little bit more. But knowing that we got the left side in Colt Miller handled,
Carr's blind side.
Yeah, it's a little bit okay. Well, let's try to put in pieces on the right side over here. But I think that's a good thing that we have a Pro Bowl caliber left tackle in Colt Miller.
Yes, there is some bright spots on that offensive line, and we just hope they get better and better week by week. A very young offensive line, so a lot can happen throughout the year. Last year, I thought we came in with almost a D grading offensive line, and by the end of the year, I think they're more to the C plus, maybe even
played well down the stretch.
Even reach the B range.
Yeah, they played really well down the stretch.
They started getting better and playing good, so we don't know how it's going to be come week one. Derek Carr at quarterback, Devontae Adams, Waller, wide receiver. So now we're going to move on. Speaking of Waller, the tight ends.
Yeah,
this tight ends. Pretty interesting group. We're going to give them a B. Just on the fact that, we don't know about Waller. We don't know if he's going to be healthy. He wasn't very healthy. He wasn't healthy last year. He's been unhealthy. He hasn't been healthy, this year. But we do like Waller. He's on the field. I mean, this is an A group from tight ends, but right now we don't know. It's question mark. Yeah. And then we love Foster Moreau. So pretty good tight end group.
Yeah, that's
pretty solid tight end group.
Yeah, that's a really good tight end group. I mean, Darren Waller, when healthy, when he's out on the field, is a matchup nightmare for anybody. We saw some very good things out of Foster Moreau. And last year you saw that, kind of two tight end sets. They both look good at times. And this just gets you excited with all the weapons that we have, that you got two very good tight ends in that group.
Yeah, so tight ends a pretty solid B. Waller's on the field. That might be an A group from the tight ends because, like you said, he's unguardable. Yeah. You can't guard him. Mm-hmm. He's tall, lengthy, big and strong. No linebackers going to guard him. A corner's not going to guard him. So, yes, it's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah, you said it. On the field. You said it best. A linebacker can't cover him, a safety can't cover him, and a corner can't cover him. You're going to have to double and triple team him, and he still kind of comes up away with it. So, it's exciting to see what he does, and hopefully he's on the field next week. And that will be it for the offense. Pretty good grades from the offense there. Mm-hmm. Offensive line, like we said, is a question mark. Still has work to do, but I have faith that this coaching staff is going to get them right. Yeah, before we get into this defense, this offense is going to be explosive. Our grades, I know we're excited and everything. This offense is going to be explosive, and I think this is the year where it all comes together. We got our piece. We got Derek Carr's missing piece and Devontae Adams. Never had a true number one wide receiver. Renfro's coming off of a big year. Josh Jacobs, this is a prove-it year. Everybody has a little chip on their shoulder, and this is just going to be exciting to see what this offense can do. And I think this can be one of, if not the best offenses in the league.
One of the biggest factors for this offense, we didn't even mention, one of the biggest people, Josh McDaniels play calling. So Josh McDaniels, Derek Carr under this play calling, under this scheme is going to be very exciting. Mm-hmm. This is a professional offensive scheme we have in Vegas, so it's going to be very exciting, very interesting. All the teams from the AFC West, all the teams we played last year, they're facing a whole new Raiders team.
Yeah, they're facing a whole new playbook, whole new team, whole new philosophy, whole new just everything. And I'm ready to see what this looks like.
Yeah, this Raider offense is going to be very, very exciting, very electric, and we'll get a first peek at that week one against the Chargers, September 11th in SoFi Stadium. That's going to be exciting. So now we'll move on to the defense, a very, very scrappy Raiders defense. We're very excited about this defense.
Yeah, this defense, you heard the tweets and you kind of see what the pieces and what they're trying to do. We can be a very good defense. And, the tweets that were coming out, this defense looks kind of scary. And, you see everybody's just growing. You had Abram with a couple picks in, camp and even preseason. And just everybody looking good. They say Max is looking better. You hear Chandler Jones. He wants to make everybody better, and he's looking good. And, our cornerback room, that's crazy too. And it just seems like everything is now coming together. And I think still a little bit of questions, but this defense is going to be a whole lot better from what was last year.
Yes, a Patrick Graham run defense.
Yes.
A very another professional coach on the defensive side of the ball this time, so I'm very excited. I think the energy from Josh McDaniels' offense is going to be just as much matched with his defensive style.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing that they're going to be able to get off the field when needed to. On third downs, get off the field, and get that break. At one point, we would lose time of possession because of the defense, giving up, a whole bunch of yards and giving up big plays and, letting their offense just be out there all the time. And I think you're going to see, and in a good way, a lot less of the defense and them being fresh and ready to go late in games when it does matter.
Yep, let's get to this grading now. We'll start off with the safeties, and we're going to give them a solid B+.
Yeah.
I love what I'm seeing from these safeties, led by Trayvon Merrick.
Yeah, really good rookie season out of Trayvon Merrick. You also got Abram in that room. You don't know what they're going to use or how they're going to use him. They said that he looked very good in camp. Coverage-wise a little bit, you like to see a couple picks and him being a ball hawk out there a little bit, and then just him being a big hitter. You put him in that box, he's going to hit anybody.
With the better coaching that Abram is getting this year, I am way more confident because Abram is a guy I believe has a very high ceiling. Yeah. He's athletic. He hits hard. Mm-hmm. If we get that coverage right, if we play our defense the right way, then Abram's going to thrive.
Yes, and I think, in these past couple of years, they want him to be this person instead of who he truly is. And, we saw it a couple games. I think the Brown game where, they finally put him in the box. Hey, go after the running back, go after the quarterback. And he was all over him, and I think that's what you want to see in Miami this preseason. He was all over Tua and all over the running backs, hitting hard and just being right there in their face. And I hope that's the way we use him. And it would be pretty cool because, you've got a good safety in Trayvon Merrick and now with Jonathan Abram.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. A very good safety room we have. Mm-hmm. Something that in the past 10 to 15 years, we haven't been really comfortable with safeties. And now these past couple of years, we have been comfortable with our safeties, which is really good. Not letting people get behind us, which is the main thing that happens a lot to us. Now we'll move on to the corners. The corners, we're going to give them a solid B because on the fact that we don't really know these corners too much. You know what I mean? This is a cornerback group led by Nate Hobbs, Rocky Sin, Averett. Yeah. So, a lot of those guys are all exciting. I like Averett. I like Hobbs. Yeah. You like Rocky Sin. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a very interesting group, but we just haven't seen them enough to give them that A rating. Yeah. But this can certainly change once we're, in the heart of the season. Yeah.
Based on what we can go off right now, because, most of them did not play in the preseason. Rocky Sin is a really good young corner. Anthony Averett, was a decent corner in Baltimore, and we know what Nate Hobbs can do. And they said that he's looking better and he's looking good. Now they're thinking about putting him on the outside and the inside. And I think today with the trade of Trayvon Mullen, I think it showed how much they have trust in this group. And this one's a little exciting, and I just can't wait to see them go out and ball out.
Yeah, I'm very excited because we don't even know what we're going to see from them. I just know they're going to be a very solid group. Mm-hmm. But can they be, a lockdown group, the Super Bowl type of corners? Yeah. Or are they just going to be very solid? Either way, I think we're going to be a very good, solid group.
Yeah, I think that group's good, and they'll be put to the test week 1 with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Yep. Putting it to the test early. We'll go on now to the linebackers. I think this is a pretty exciting linebacker group. Yeah. We're gonna give them a B+. Mm-hmm. B+ to the A- range. Yeah. I'll say we'll give them the A- though. We'll give them the A-. Yeah. Denzel Perryman was excellent last year. Yes. Diablo was excellent last year, and that linebacker group is led by them.
Yeah. Perryman out of nowhere last year came in and really led this team a little bit. Went to the Pro Bowl. And at one point late in the season, he was leading the league, not AFC, not, just the AFC West or Raiders. He was leading the league in tackles. And, based off what we've been seeing in the past, it's good to see a linebacker, not missing any tackles and just getting those tackles. And he was racking up a whole bunch of them and really looked good and got a real good a really well-deserved Pro Bowl nod at the end. And like you said, Diablo played really well.
Jayon Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looked really good in camp.
You know, and I think the biggest surprise is Luke Masterson.
Yes.
You know, coming out and
looked really good last game.
Looked really good in preseason and in camp.
Heard a lot of hype around him. Can't wait to get to see him on the field.
I was excited when he made the roster, and I think we can look at this linebacker group and finally be good with it.
Yeah, it's a very good, exciting linebacker group. We're going to give them the A-. A very good group of linebackers.
Yeah.
Very talented group of linebackers. And now we're going to go the inside D-line. So the inside D-line, and then we're going to do the edge rushers.
Yeah.
So the edge rushers include linebackers also.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in on the edge and try to sack the quarterback. But inside D-line, we're going to give them C-. Not C-, B-. B- to C range.
Because we still don't know.
Because we don't know about this group.
I mean, we know kind of what Big Hank can do, and we saw it that one preseason where, you know, we were struggling a little bit. The past couple games, he comes in, and we only give up, I think, like 30 rushing yards or something that game, and he just looked really good. And then, you know, Nichols hasn't played yet, and you know, some other pieces are still not there. So we kind of don't know what this inside's going to look like or how they're going to do. But, you know, Big Hank, you know, I have all the trust in him. And Nichols just had a season last year, a really good season. And hopefully he can build on that with the silver and black.
Yeah, C+ for this group. Inside, again, another group that they did not look good in preseason.
Mm-hmm.
But when Big Hank came back. But it's all about depth also. And it doesn't seem like we have much depth there.
Yeah.
So that's why they're in, you know, the C+ range. Just okay. Very average, you know, kind of the same as the offensive line. We don't know.
Yeah, and, you know, depending on what they kind of want to do, you kind of saw Cleveland that last preseason game play the little inside too. So I think you can kind of throw him in there just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we don't know what this inside can do.
Yeah, and then we'll go to the edge rushers. That's going to be an A for sure. Led by Max Crosby, you know, Chandler Jones. We got some talented guys on the edge.
I think we have the best. I think we have the best edge.
Uh-oh.
I think we have the best edge rushers in the AFC West. What Max did last year, and was unbelievable. And, you know, I keep on going back to the last two games. Last game against the Chargers, last game against the Bengals. He was all over Burrow. He was all over Herbert. You know, he was going to try to stop him at all costs. You know, huffing and puffing, still giving it his all. You know, and then you go get Chandler Jones. You go upgrade on the other side and go get Chandler Jones. You know, and I was looking at tape from him from that 5-sack game. He was all over Tannehill, and he just looked good. He was just a bully out there. And, I mean, what these two guys can bring, and not even to mention, we still got Malcolm Kuntz, you know, and everybody, and this is exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be a very exciting group for sure. Going to get after the quarterback a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it very uncomfortable for, you know, Herbert, Mahomes, Russell Wilson. And Bauer.
Kuntz and Bauer.
Bowers is really good also. Bowers and Kuntz. Bowers came out and played really good in preseason, and also Kuntz. So it made us, you know, really comfortable with our edge guys, and shows the depth we have.
And you add, you know, with Kuntz, he took that step, and you saw him, you know, from last year and with this camp and everything, he took that little step in being a good edge rusher.
And then even Klee.
Yeah.
Even Klee. I mean, the Klee, you know, has been just okay and kind of dropped off a little bit, but I'm very comfortable. If Klee's our fifth guy, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because he's a very solid player.
Yeah. You know, they're just going to give him this year to prove it, you know, and, you know, he played decent in the Patriots game. He played well, and, I mean, yeah, that's not a bad option for your fifth edge rusher, or, you know, even to put him inside or do whatever with him. That's not bad at all.
Not at all. Now we're going to move on to this pretty exciting special teams we have, and we're going to give them an A-. It could be an A+. If we're just talking, you know, Carlson, AJ Cole, it's going to be A+. But the coverage teams is what's going to kind of bring the special teams down.
Yeah.
From the preseason. From what we saw in the preseason.
I think you got a Pro Bowl caliber special teams kicking unit.
Yes.
In AJ Cole and Daniel Carlson. Daniel Carlson's money all the time. And AJ Cole, it just seems like for wherever he punts it, he has the ability to down it inside the 10.
Yes.
Even if we're in bad field position, there was a couple times where we're in bad field position last year. He boots it away. He, you know, punts it inside the 20. They go 3 and out. we get good field position, and that's because of him and because of his leg. Like I said, Carlson's always money, but the thing that brings us down as a special teams whole is that coverage unit. Are we gonna, stop them? Or are they gonna get 20, 30 yards, and they're always gonna have good field position because we can't make a tackle. That's the little thing that's unknown. But yeah, I think overall we're a pretty good and solid special teams unit.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of A grades, a lot of B grades, only a couple C grades coming out of this, out of our rankings, our grades. So I'm very excited about this roster. This roster is going to be changed in a little bit soon.
They're going to try to upgrade. It's probably
not going to affect, for the most part, it's not going to affect this list. Maybe if we bring another offensive lineman, this might turn this offensive line to a B.
Yeah, I think what you can look at is the offensive line
and defensive line. If we can get Dominic Sue or something, that changes the thing.
I think what you can look at for on the offensive side of the ball is that is offensive line, and then on defense, I mean, you can pick and choose what spots you kind of want to upgrade in or whatever. But I mean, we're good. We're good on pretty much almost every position. That line is the only thing that worries us. But yeah, I think for the first time in a while, we can say we have a complete whole 53-man roster where we feel good about going into a season.
Yep, it's going to be an exciting Raiders season, and we got the Chargers coming up soon. Only a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
September 11th, Raiders-Chargers in SoFi. We're super excited about that, and I can't wait for that one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, that one's going to be fun. I can't wait. Counting down. I'm ready to see some real football. It's a game that actually matters. And yeah, it's just exciting.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Go